All right, so 2012, Blackout 2. You battled Okwerdz.
Mm.
Okwerdz was trying to bounce back from his battle with Roan. What was the mindset going into this battle?
I couldn't at this time, Awkwards, which is so odd to say because he's such a solid dude. I did not care for him. Now,
You didn't like him as
I
a
would
person or as a rapper?
I di I didn't like him as a person, but it's dumb because I was he was at this point, he started to embrace the villain role because so Awkwards caught lightning in a bottle with grind time and utilized it perfectly, which instead should have been something I was studious about. Like, man, that's incredible how he, but I was watching him and I was a big fan. And then he battled Roan. And then I just felt like he was, I don't know. I felt like, I guess I just believed or bought the hype that he wasn't as good as he, whatever the case may be. So, and then for years they were talking about, oh, Awkwards and Real Deal would be crazy. And he just didn't either want to do the battle or it didn't make sense, which it didn't make sense for him. And so when we did the battle, like, I remember he was like, he wasn't even popping off crazy on these forums, but he was just like, I didn't get that he was just playing a role. You know what I'm saying? He was just being a villain, a role. And and I also thought like I was, I didn't know how many battles that he was gonna continue to do. And I wanted to be the guy that, like, if Rome beat him, I wanted to be the guy that, like, really drove the nail into the coffin kinda deal, like, I wanted to be more than just somebody that, shows up and wins battles and he's dope, like, "Oh, man, nah, he officially, like, ended." Rome started the Awkward's downhill trajectory in Real Deal, man, but that was, he really blah, blah, blah. So that's where I was headspace at that time. Easily one of my least favorite battles ever.
Right. Well, they got you beating Okwerdz in that battle 2-1.
Mm,
And you said in the past that you regret some of the angles you took in that battle, in
mm,
particular with mentioning his father having cancer.
mm.
Was that immediately after the battle, or did that happen down the line upon like reflection?
Pretty immediate. Like, so before the battle, I saw Awkward's going over his shit and he was like I don't want to say shaking because I don't want to he was like clearly trying to be in the headspace of battle rap. And that's why I was like, damn, he really cares about this. Like he just he was being vilified so much that he just figured, "Fuck it, I'll be the villain then." He really does care, like, he is really, and so I already had this shit I had written, and so I said it, and I think I had a rebuttal and said it, and it was pretty automatic. I think I hit him that Monday, and I was like, "Hey, dude, not cool." I was like, "I don't fuck with that at all. That's whack on my part." And it was right at the era, and again, I would never try to blame this on era, but, like, there was a phase of battle rap I felt like where shock value was a thing, right? And the thing is, like, that's some people that works for, and some people it doesn't, and it just felt unnatural to me. And so I did it, hated it, reached out to him. He was like, "Yeah, man, cool." He's like, "No worries, whatever." And then, I've publicly spoken out about it multiple times because I am a believer, like, the apology should be as loud as the.
Disrespect.
So I love Awkwards now, like as a person, as a battle rapper, what he was able to do in a short period of time, the doors he was able to open, what he tried to do, what he stands for, like complete whiff on my part as far as seeing what he was doing, seeing who he actually was, you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, prior to
but
the
yeah,
Roan thing though, he was having some crazy battles. Remember with Ness, right? You know,
and 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 what
Hollow.
happened was, yeah, and what happened with him, man, it appeared to me was he got these big battles and he kept getting them on the West. And I tell you, at that point, the West was pretty vilified. Like it's Scribble. The last year I was a Scribble, I remember the whole left side of the stage was the West Coast, and they were just cheering for anybody that was West. So for them, they was just like now they was cool with me. It wasn't like they booed me or anyone else, but you kinda got like a chip on your shoulder, like, "Damn, man, like this is really the evil empire here, like, I got it." So, I think by him getting these big battles and getting them on his side of the coast, and then when other battle rappers either would, like, call him out or wanted to battle him, he was very strategic, which is smart. You know what I mean? He shouldn't take 50,000 battle. Now we look at Mook and we look at Lux and we're like, "That's brilliant how they branded themselves." Awkward's was trying to follow a similar trajectory, and we were just too me, I can't speak with we, but, like, I was one of the people that was just too dumb to understand it and see what his grand plan is.
Because I think
And
during
he was
that
able to do
time, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you too scared to battle. That's why you're not gonna take the battle." Basically.
right, and meanwhile, it has nothing to do with being afraid, it's what makes sense because this battling can be exhausting and dedicating this kind of time and energy, and you wanna he's also making music, so he wants this stuff to be able to come back to his music somehow and get eyes on his me and, like, so now, at the time, somebody wouldn't battle someone, "You're scared, he's scared, he's scared, she's scared." Now you look back, you're like, "Man, there's a lot of battles I'm not battling. I'm not battling that dude and putting forth that effort and doing this, if it's not gonna generate anything for me." And at the time, these were also not big payday days.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, Awkward's again, people and I think one of the biggest things about Awkward's is one of his big things was he started off saying that in his big line, one of his big lines was he saying Lux was a diva or something. And I think people started thinking, "Well, now you look like a diva because blah, 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 blah." And again, we all miss the forest through the trees when it comes I think what Awkward's impact in battle rap is again something that you can't leave out of the battle rap history books, man.
I think that it's so easy when you're on the come up to be like, "Oh, if you're a real competitor, why wouldn't you battle me?" Or you're scared or whatever, right? But then like you don't realize until you start to get to a level of status, like, bro, I can't just battle anybody just because a competition or for quote unquote for the culture or because you want to or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it has to make sense. Like that, I just can't take on everybody.
And again, like, at that time, a lot of those times that battles were judged, that one was not, I don't think, or I don't know, but some of these battles are judged and your reputation's on the line and all this stuff. And yeah, it sounds cool to be able to be like, "I'll battle anyone, anytime, but it's exhausting and it's not as rewarding as that sounds, and brand protection is a real thing. I know I fucked up my brand protection years ago, my shit's shot. You could look up Real Deal versus Johnny Nobody in Boise, Idaho, like, I bet my brand is as far as, like, so and I'm okay with that because 'cause I'm sure I had a great time battling Johnny Nobody and went to the bar and drank and fucking did karaoke, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all memories for me at the end of the day, but yeah, man, Awkward's great dude, and I'd like to think over time, I'm usually a solid judge of complete whiff on my part. Love that dude, man.
Shout out to Awkwardz, man.
Facts.